Hey everyone, Mr. Mom Collectibles, and I am back with another video. And today we're going to be taking a look at the pros and cons to owning Iron Man Hot Toy figures. Let's get into it. All right, everybody, we're going to jump right into it. So I'm going to be breaking down 3 pros and 3 cons to owning Iron Man Hot Toy figures. And the first pro is going to be multiple options to choose from. What do I mean by that? Well, to date, Hot Toys has made over 80 versions of the Iron Man character, including plastic, die-cast, reissue, 2.0, Tony Stark. The whole character has been made over 80 times. So if you're looking to buy an Iron Man figure and you never got one before, you have no problem in terms of deciding what you want to get. There's so many options out there for you, from the OG 7 suits up to all the ones up from Endgame comic variations. It's just there's so many alternate versions, special editions. There's just so much to choose from. So my first one is going to be obviously options, options, options. My second pro is that it's Hot Toys bread and butter character. What do I mean by that? Well, oftentimes when other figures come out, people obviously dispute the quality of the suit, the quality overall, and the head sculpt, things like that. But the reality is, when it comes to Hot Toys and they know what their golden goose is, it's really Iron Man. And that's what I mean by it's their bread and butter, meaning every figure they put out is pretty much a home run with little to no dispute about the overall quality of the product. I mean, you look at that Iron Man Mark II 2.0, it is a work of art. It's a thing of beauty. And so I don't think anyone can really contest that in terms of the only argument they ever say is, well, it's another Iron Man. But unlike other figures that you can easily dispute the quality, Hot Toys really gives it their all when it comes to the Iron Man character. He kind of comes out a few times a year in terms of any variation of it, but they really kind of bring him out end of the year bangers, big MMS releases. So he's definitely something that Hot Toys makes sure that they hit a home run with every single time. So like I said, it's their bread and butter. And my third pro is going to be the updates and the engineering. Now, because I said there's so many versions of this character they've made, they pretty much, re-engineer it almost every time. And what do I mean by that? Well, like look at the Iron Man Mark III here. It's gone through a plastic version, a die-cast version, and now this is the 2.0 with the height differential. Unlike other characters where, they don't evolve them as much. But when it comes to Iron Man, you get so many versions of him. Like even like the Mark VII. We had the plastic version, the die cast. What could they have given us? Well, they give us a suit up version with Tony Stark, and then they give us like a diorama suit up version as well. Same thing with the Mark V. I mean, we got the Mark V plastic, the die cast, and then we got the reissue again. What could they have done differently with the Mark V? Well, they give you an Iron Man 5 suit up version. So they always find ways to kind of re-engineer the character and make sure that it's still generating revenue for the company, so to speak. Even if they do repaints and things like that, the Neon Tech series, regardless, they always find a way to re-engineer the figure and do updates. So that's my third pro to owning Iron Man figures. Now, to get into the cons, my first con is going to be probably something that's pretty simple. It's the price point. These are expensive figures. They're very expensive to own, on average between $400 to $450. I mean, you can look at all these suits here. I mean, there's like 6 or 7 suits in this collection, and each one of them runs between $400 to $450 a piece. So it is an expensive character to be collecting, unlike other figures where they can range between $270 to $300. Easily an Iron Man figure die cast, if we're talking all out, is going to run you between $450, $470 before tax and shipping. So it's an expensive character to collect. If you end up getting multiple versions and there's multiple suits that you like, be prepared to spend quite a bit of money on these on this character. My next con is going to be, can you really only own one figure? Unlike certain characters like a Captain America or Thor, it is very possible to only own one version that represents that character to the fullest for you as a collector. But when it comes to Iron Man, because of, like I said before, 80 plus figures, all the suit variations that Hot Toys have done, it's quite difficult to end up just choosing one character or one figure to represent Iron Man. A lot of people think it's it's the Mark VII, it's the Mark III, it's the Mark II, it's the Mark V. So you ultimately end up getting a couple figures, at least 2 or 3 Hot Toys, or maybe the Mark VI. So that's one, is that I don't think it's a character that really a collector can truly say they're a one and done type of collector when it comes to Iron Man. And my third con is going to be the risk of a 2.0 or a reissue. Once again, because they've made so many figures of him. And so I also said one of the pros is the re-engineering and the new designs. There is also running the risk of it getting the 2.0 treatment and or the reissue treatment. Look at, like I said, the Iron Man Mark III has gone through multiple incarnations. Same with the Mark VII. So he is a figure that if they have a chance of doing a 2.0, doing it, look at the Mark V. I remember when I started collecting, the Mark V original diecast was going for over $1,500 on eBay. And what did Hot Toys do? They did a direct reissue. That Mark 47 back there is a direct reissue. So there is always a chance, because he's done so many times, that you also risk the chance of, the Mark 6 is a very good example. That suit's not been out for a long time. And look at that. Now we have a 2.0 with the gantry. So with the Iron Man and, diving into this character, you also run the risk of getting the 2.0 treatment where, your figure might become outdated in just a few years. So that's my list. 3 pros, 3 cons. Drop a like on the video and let me know in the comments below. Add to the conversation. Let me know what your list is. What pros and cons do you think that you have in terms of owning Iron Man Hot Toy figures? I really can't wait to see your comments below. And like I said, thanks you so much. This is Mr. Mom Collectibles. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.